We are back. It's halftime at Golden Ram Stadium. You see the story. The Knoch Knights lead at 10-0. Our halftime stats brought to you by Grand Affair Catering. They provide the pregame meals for the team. You can call them at 724-224-4444, and they're available for any of your catering needs.
Knoch gets the ball to start the second half. Let's take the first half stats. Again, Knoch had 8 first down, Highlands 2. Rushing, Knoch 125, Highlands 22. Passing the big one, 1 for 23 yards, but it was the touchdown to Fraser for Knoch. Highlands has 29 yards passing. Total yards, Knoch 148, Highlands 51. Third down conversions, Knoch 3 for 7, Highlands 2 for 6. Penalties about even, Highlands 3 for 25. Knoch 4 for 38. No turnovers in the game. Time possession, Knoch 13-17, Highlands 10-43.
Julie McCorkle is intrepid. She keeps looking for the moon, but it went behind a cloud. We were so ready for this. We're gonna keep working on this because it's gonna have to pop out at some point. Knoch in the first quarter, Scott Fraser, a 23-yard touchdown pass from Cam Grassi. Justin Tristani with the kick. The Knights led at 7-0, capping off a long drive of 10 plays, 69 yards. And then at zeros on the second quarter, Tristani kicked a 37-yard field goal, and the Knights lead it by a score of 10-0. Surprise onside, Chan. What do you say? Surprise onside?
Yep.
Why not?
Yes, why not? You're 10-0.
I keep calling for these trick plays, but
Mike checked on Max Weston at halftime.
Yes.
He's in the golf cart down there. He rolled that other ankle, so poor guy, bad knee, and now a bad ankle on the other leg. He's
Johnny Kreis is kicking off,
hobbling over to the bench here.
and he boots it deep. Down the middle, and this is Keith Washington, 25, 30, out to the 35 to the 36-yard line. As hanging on at the bottom of the pile for Highlands was freshman Tyler Bender, special teams demon. You know who he reminds me of? As a freshman, DJ Lovin, what DJ Lovin did on special teams.
Yep. Max's grandmother came down and checked on him. I got her through the gate. She goes, "How'd you know I knew Max?" I said, "It's on the back of your shirt."
Yeah, that usually works. First down, Knights on their 36-yard line.
$887 for the 50-50 tonight.
They had to pull 2 at Blackhawk to get that.
That's right.
Oh, and now Clark is waiting on Goodland, and so are the rest of the Rams. Clark got the initial contact, and then you always know it's one of the Jeremiahs. This time it was Saunders.
Saunders, Joaquin Roman, and Johnny Kreis.
It's a gain, a short gain, maybe about a half a yard. Hey, the moon's back.
It's coming.
It is beautiful. It is orange at this point. Shine on harvest moon, huh?
Cut in half.
It is beautiful. It's a gorgeous night, too. We were talking about that. They were called for rain on Friday all week, and we found the window. 2nd and 9. Johnston in motion. Grassi on the option. Cuts it back up inside and has a hole up over the 40 and gets to the 44-yard line. Blake Clark in there to make the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Knights.
Johnny Kreis not getting up, Mike. Doggone it.
Yeah, Johnny is down and getting up, not getting up slowly. He's not getting up.
Mike, that time Saunders took on the running back, Goodland, but quarterback jumped right up in that hole.
And there it is. We told you it was coming. There is the full moon. Beautifully over Golden Ram Stadium.
Do we have accompaniment?
Not now, we don't.
We had it.
We had it, but they had to go and mess with it. Well, while they're taking a look at Johnny, we'll take a quick timeout. 10:54 left, third quarter, and we'll be right back. Well, Johnny got himself together after a few minutes and came off the field. It looks like he's okay. He's sitting on the bench in front of us with Mike Rizzo and a host of medical personnel.
Jim Erb down there, he made his 8th tackle. Now let's make it pay off, Mike. Don't let that go for naught. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 at the 44. Johnston in motion to give it a Goodland.
There
Down he goes. Big play by Jeremiah Nelson to meet Goodland in the hole.
Goodland said arm tackles are not going to bring him down. That was not an arm tackle.
No, that was a big body.
Yep.
It's 4th down, and we'll see if the Knights will punt it. We suspect they will. The Rams, as we mentioned earlier, have not scored a point in the second half this season.
Yep. Goodland's limping off, Mike. So again, he got hit hard by Nelson on that play. Got to get the offense on track.
Inklovich, the punter. Good snap to him, and he kicks it. And now White ran away from it. He ran away from it to start with. He backed off instead of coming to get it, then decided he wanted to take it on a hop. He muffed it, and the Knights recover. Adam Stobert has it for Knoch at the Highlands 25-yard line, and that's a killer.
First turnover of the evening, Mike, and it was Golden Rams.
With fielding punts is so difficult. The choices you have to make back there, the best choice you can usually make is to try to catch it, and then if you don't, get out of the way.
And Knoch goes to work in Highlands territory.
And considering the paucity of Highlands offense this year, if they score their points here, they put this game away. Here's Johnson off the right side. The Rams string it out beautifully, and they got him. Now the Highlands defense has come out tackling here in the second half, and they did a pretty good job in the first half too, to be perfectly honest.
Saunders and Bender. Bender taking Johnny's place. Saunders 13 tackles, Mike.
2nd and 11.
Not for lack of effort on his part. Haddon has yet to run an offensive play here in the second half.
We played just over 2 minutes.
By the way, Jen Crate's very active, Mike. She was here a second ago doing the 50-50. Now she's down talking to Dr. Jabicki about Johnny.
And this is Grassi, the quarterback. Tucks it, gets it through the middle. 15-10. Grassi inside the 5, and he's got a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Great block by Brandon Jocham on Caleb White.
That's not what we needed. No. And what a nifty run that was by Cam Grassi, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, he went right up inside there.
To the 4-yard line. It's a 22-yard game. 1st and goal for the Knights.
Hildebrand made the tackle, but way downfield.
55 yards on the ground for Grassi. He's gained 50 yards the last 2 times he's carried the ball.
Those are backbreakers.
1st and goal at the 4. We have whistles on the field. They want to reset the 40-second clock, and they do.
Well, if you just turn the mic on, Mike, we'd know what's going on. Mark went to adjust.
He gave it away.
Yeah.
He gave it back to Drew.
Yeah, Mark and I went down and adjusted.
Right.
It was missing.
They want 8:42 on the game clock.
Right now it's reading 8:58.
They got it. Kerry Cordes in here tonight. Looked like a basketball night down there almost.
Yeah.
1st and goal for the Knights at the 4-yard line. Johnston in motion. They're going to run option right. Grassi keeps it. Spins and turns to the goal line and gets down to the 1-inch line.
Caleb White down there, along with Joaquin Roman.
2nd down and goal now. Half a yard away. First turnover of the football game, and there's a chance to turn into points for the Knights.
Looks that way, Mike.
Their poor Max Weston down on the bench. Looks like the Maytag repairman down there all by himself.
Yeah.
And Grassi's going to keep it himself, follow his offensive line, and get into the end zone for a Knoch touchdown. So they cash the turnover in, and at the 7:51 mark, 3rd quarter, Knoch has a 16-0 lead. And this is the big point here.
And Mike, last 2 times they've had the ball, they put points on the board. Right before the half. Now, trying to get the 17th point of the evening.
Tristani is on for the extra point. Grassi's the holder. Ball is down. Tristani's kick is on its way, and it is good. At 7:51 3rd quarter, it's Knoch 17 and Highlands nothing. Try the moon again, Jules.
There it is.
Many companies give you car insurance quotes, but only the moon backs it up. No, I'm sorry, only Nationwide backs it up with dedicated licensed professionals and superior claim service. Mel and John at the Boucher Agency want to make sure you're ensuring your new teen driver is a stress-free experience for you and your family. Make sure to ask about Nationwide Young Driver Discount when you compare. Nobody beats Boucher's rates for young drivers. Call your hometown Nationwide agents, John and Mel, 724-224-4300, and get the coverage that's right for your family. They have evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, in the AK Valley, the Bouchers and Nationwide are on your side.
Trisani in the kickoff for the Knoch Knights. White and White back to receive for the Golden Rams.
Not to beat a dead horse, but again, the Rams have not scored a point in 3 games in the second half. This is White to the 31-yard line, gets hit up high by Tyler Buterbaugh. So it'll be first down, Highlands at the 7:43 mark.
And Golden Rams have to go to work on offense, Mike. Got to get something going on here.
That was a tough first half for them offensively, too. They were only able to put up 51 yards.
Give that Knoch Knight credit on defense, Mike. Again, they've only given up 27 points all year.
First and 10 at the 31. Crabbing motion by Clark. And they give us to Brock White. And the big fellas are waiting for him, and they stop him before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Chris Young, the senior defensive end, number 88, was in there to make the tackle.
And what you see here sometimes, Mike, is when you're outnumbered and outweighed on that offensive and defensive line, it starts to take its toll.
Right, and wear you down as the game goes on. But that's what happens with Knoch team. They just keep pounding it and pounding it and pounding it when they have it. Low snap. Timmons able to corral it, and he gets spun around and spun down as he gets back to the 31-yard line. Dalton Reed, the junior nose tackle, makes the tackle.
Set up a 3rd and long here.
3rd and 10. That would not be a sack as Chandler got that one back to the line of scrimmage. He was sacked twice in the first half. And you know they'll be pinning their ears back again here. They set linebackers and everything on obvious passing downs.
Here they all come.
And here they all come, and Timmons is back. He looks, and
boy.
he's sacked by Goodland all the way back at the 21-yard line, and Timmons gets up slowly.
You talk about hustle, Mike. Goodland was knocked down on his back, got up, and still made the tackle.
That's the 3rd Knox sack.
Matt Goodland, Mike, he hasn't scored a touchdown tonight, but he's been a force on defense, too.
The Rams are going to go, no, they're going to punt it. And it's going to be Jeremiah Saunders. He said he does a little bit of everything.
He's a natural athlete. His first punt of the year.
Frazier and Schreckengoss are the deep man. Good snap. Saunders had it blocked. It took too long. And the Knights recover. Blocking it was Chris Young, number 88. And McKee fell on it.
Drake Burford made the stop, but again,
Young blocked it. McKee recovered it. And again, the Knights, for the second time in the second half, will start inside the Highlands 25. This time at the 21-yard line.
proverbial short porch, Mike. How'd the Buckeyes make out today?
Well, they were losing 18-7 the last I checked in.
That's not like a
The
football
good news
score.
is that Kevin Newman scored from first base on a walk.
Huh.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I have Little League baseball.
Grassy keeps it, weaves through there, and gets it inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now Grassy's become a problem for Highlands. Bender made the tackle.
Jock also in on the stop.
The gain is 9.
Jockham's taking Johnny's place in free safety.
67 yards on 6 carries for Cam Grassy.
Didn't see that coming, Mike.
And now the other thing the Knights are doing is using a lot of time on the play clock. Grassy's going to run a pitch. This is Johnston off the right side. Tries to cut it back in. He gets the first down. Inside the 10 and down to the Highlands 7-yard line.
Daniel Timmons down there.
Down there.
And Hildebrand.
Now you see them not using Goodland so much because why wear the tread off the tire?
Knoch has not been in the playoffs since 2014. They've not won a playoff game since 2011.
And we were at it.
Yes.
That game was at Valley High School. They beat Franklin Regional. You remember that?
Great game, remember?
We were there. And helping us get into the press box that night was Valley Athletic Director Mark Kazanowicz.
How about that?
First and goal.
And you remember who we were representing that night?
I was representing Sportsline, which is no longer on the air now. That's what I did. I think you represented the AP, did you not?
UPI.
UPI, okay.
Not the 8.
Goodland got it down to the 5. Second and goal.
Hildebrand and Joaquin Roman on a tackle.
4 minutes, time remaining third quarter.
It was cold that night.
It was chilly, yeah, it was in November. There were so many people. They were parked along the bypass outside of Valley Stadium. Knoch went on to the championship game. They lost to Montour down at Heinz Field. So that's the last time they won a playoff game. That's amazing. Johnston in motion. Goodland spins and turns and gets into the end zone with a marker down. They grabbed his helmet. They grabbed his face mask and ripped his helmet off. Touchdown, Knoch. So they'll be able to put that on the kickoff if they want to. That's pretty obvious when you see a guy running into the end zone with no helmet on how it came off.
He's a tough customer.
So the Knights are in the end zone again. Goodland's 9th touchdown of the year if it stands, and we believe it will. As you see, they're going to.
Yeah, what's the discussion? I guess maybe.
Well, where you want it. They can take the half the distance and go for 2 if they want, or you can take it on a kickoff. First year coach Brandon Mowry over there. Personal foul, the face mask call against Highlands. Touchdown is good. Putting it on the kickoff. Good job by Mark Marusik to give all the signals and let us know. Here's Tristani on for the extra point, and he punches it through.
24-0. Chance to talk about B&J Sports, located 1605 Freeport Road in Toronto Heights. They've been outfitting our local teams and great sports fans in AK Valley for nearly 50 years. When it comes to all your sporting good needs, look no further than B&J Sports. Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide that personal touch. Customized high school jacket, team uniforms, trophies, flags, you name it. They have it at B&J Sports, and you can't beat the service. Open 9 to 5:30 weekdays, 9 till noon on Saturdays. Stop in and see them there. Give Glenn a call at 724-226-2762. 5 decades says it all. B&J Sports.
Saw our cheerleader sponsor Gretchen Mara downstairs halftime. Said hi to everybody up here, getting the girls going.
They had all the young cheerleaders here tonight.
Right, it was a busy night for her. That's what she said. She was taking a break.
They're going to take that 15-yard penalty on the kick, Mike.
Ken, I would squib this. Ken asked it if we'd squib this when the Rams have had trouble holding on to the football sometimes.
I think you put it in the end zone.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Yes, sir. Almost
and it's good.
There, it is good. Wow, Tristani has a leg on him.
You should get 3 points for that. Touchback. Highlands starts first and 10 at their 20, trailing at 24-0.
3:37 to go here.
And Knoch scored. It was 7-0 up until 3 seconds left of the first half, and Knoch scored the last 3 times they've had the ball.
Highlands has helped though.
Big time. Big time.
All right, they'll go to work here.
First and 10. Highlands will go from the I formation with the whites. Behind Chandler Timmons, and they give us to Brock. Head down. There just isn't any room. There just isn't any room. That's number 10, Brady McKee, the senior outside linebacker, and tremendous hooper for Ron McNabb.
Said they're big in experience and led by the Division I prospect, 6'3", 285-pound Cole Lazinger down there. And Mike, what's really surprising me, like you said earlier, is their quickness to the sidelines.
Well,
Big and quick is a deadly combination.
You stretch 5 athletic linebackers across that middle, like a second level, and that's what many teams are doing in college too. White, oh, what a great play in the backfield by Goodland again. And Goodland does it on both sides of the football. He's a tremendous player.
And we normally do the same, Mike, with this wing-back offense, like with 5 linemen. Max Wesson was injured in the first half.
You know, I was worried about the Highlands defending sideline to sideline with the way they came out, and that really hasn't been the case. They've done a good job at that. They've been hurt in the middle. Cutbacks by the quarterback and cutbacks by Goodland. 3rd and 8. Now they're going to run a little counter action to White, but still too many white jerseys. Maybe back to the 22-yard line. He gets stood up by Dalton Reed, the junior nose. He's been tremendous also.
Brings up 4th down, and let's see who's going to punt this time, Mike. Saunders last time. It's going to be Saunders again.
Rams is not. He just needs to do it a little quicker. When you're not, you can do it in practice, but when you're not facing a live rush, you need to hurry up and get it out of there.
His defenders.
He'll know that now.
Bender, Kerr, and Burford.
Frazier and Schreckengoss, 2 more basketball players back. He gets it out of there this time. He's going to get on the ground, take a bit of a Highlands bounce, and does cross the 50, the 45, and DJ Loveland is down there to grab it at the 44-yard line. Now, you know, I mentioned DJ, Dean. Interestingly, last year's game, 28-21 out there, DJ caught 6 passes for 102 yards. And Seth Cohen had a big night. He was 15 for 29 for 263.
He hasn't caught one yet here this evening. Unfortunately, Highlands only 2 for 5 in the passing department. Mike, at halftime, you noticed I disappeared. I got to meet the new assistant superintendent, and her name is Dr. Kublik. And the reason why I did that was when I was at Robert Morris back in the day, and I'll tell you what the day is after this play, her dad taught me.
How about that? 1st down at the 44. Goodland is hit and thrown back by Nelson.
The ball, though.
Oh, it was a quarterback. They got me the first time tonight.
Saunders.
Grassy had it.
Got him in the backfield.
First time they got me tonight. Good job.
Bender and Clark made the tackle. But you know, Mike, he's getting hit on every play, Goodland. There's no doubt about it. Her dad was my history teacher back in 1973. We got to the end of the book, there were blank pages. We haven't written it all yet.
I was in 3rd grade in 1970. Blank.
I was a junior in college.
It was, I was going to say still college, right?
Yep.
This is Washington to the near side of the field. Chase to the corner. He gets hit hard at the 42-yard line.
Brock White
put a stiff lick on him. I think Washington's got enough for the 1st down, though. He does.
And what you told me, Mike, Chuck never got his doctorate degree, but she did. And she kept her maiden name, she said, because she wanted to, that was one of his goals, is to get his doctorate degree. And she just wanted to let everybody know there's a Dr. Hubalik out there. And he was such a good guy. And he was one of these guys, he mentored you too. He was, in fact, I got an education. He was one of the reasons why I did it. And I think also one of the reasons I try to do it here too, the mentoring, paying it forward, he did.
1st down at the 43. Grassy. They got him from behind this time as Clark. Good play by Brock White to get in there first. He didn't make the tackle, but he made the play. And then Clark got him from behind to bring him down.
Saunders also in there.
Two-yard pickup. The clock winds to 23 seconds. They don't have to run another one here. In the 3rd quarter, quickly.
What a small world, though, you know.
It really is.
When I saw the name, I said, could be related to Chuck, and here his daughter. How about that?
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with a score Knoch 24 and Highlands nothing. Trivia time is A&B Pizza time. Call 724-224-5311 to order your A&B Pizza now.
Mike, guess what?
We have trivia. It's Knoch trivia, you're telling me.
Knoch trivia.
By the way, Johnny Christ looks like he's through for the evening before you get going. He's got his pads and everything off. So, okay, go ahead.
Well, Mike, we mentioned the last time Knoch won a playoff was 2011. That year they made the finals at Heinz Field
against Montour.
That was the question, but since you answered it earlier already.
So I already win. Pineapple
That's
for
right,
everybody.
pineapple
There
for
we go.
everybody.
All
But
right.
I'm going to pull up another trivia question.
Okay.
This shows you we don't rehearse the trivia because you answered my trivia before I got to ask the trivia. So I'm going to go ahead a couple weeks.
Ask me. I was going to say, ask me something about all-time Knoch coaches.
That I won't do. You got a whole list there. But I want to talk about being at Golden Ram Stadium. So I'm going to go ahead to 2 weeks from now when we play Ambridge here.
Oh, okay. The Ambridge Bridgers.
So here's the question. Here we are at home tonight, Mike. And here's the question, okay? We opened the stadium, remember against who?
Freeport.
Freeport. Who scored the first touchdown for Highlands?
Scored the first touchdown for Highlands.
Aha! You're lucky you got your pineapple already.
Breon Williams. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
The answer to the question told me the question last night as we were leaving. He asked me the question. It's so funny. I said, I don't know. I have to ask Milo.
This is Washington to the near side of the field. Spins and turns inside to 35. He's got a first down to the Highlands 32-yard line.
Saunders again, 15 tackles.
It's a 9-yard pickup.
And then when
Holly
he said,
made to stop. Now there's a flag down, so let's hold the phone.
when I said he didn't know, he goes, it was me.
Holding call against the Knights. It's coming back.
So who could have been in practice last night that would have that distinction?
It was playing here in 2002.
I love when my trivia questions are alive.
Well,
and giving it.
even though I already got it right. So I'm already, this is like,
It's a
we're in the
bonus.
bonus round. We're in the bonus round right now. That's a 10-yard penalty against the Knights.
They're fifth for 48 yards.
Who could have been here last night? It's not anybody on the coaching staff. It's not Jordan Thompson.
I'll give you a hint. They're with us at this level right now. They're in the press box. Who scored the first touchdown at Golden Ram Stadium for Highlands?
Bill Whalen. He goes back further than that.
Throwing Bill a little shade there.
Grassy is back. He wanted to throw it. Now he's dancing around, and they got him for a sack back at the 40-yard line.
Team sack, huh? Joaquin Roman.
52.
Yep.
That's all. Just Roman, and they got him. If you want to be charitable and give half to Nelson, you can. Back at the 45-yard line. So that's a loss of a bunch.
Yep. 3rd and 22. Yep. I think they're practicing their passing, Mike. There's no need to do it now. Because, you know, these running teams, they have to pass eventually. They get down.
Oh, yeah.
It's great when you can run and you're ahead.
This is Grassy. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 82, and that's on the inside give to Wojciechowski up over the 45 to the 48-yard line.
Nelson all the way
over
across
there
the
again.
field. Yep. His 8th tackle.
Dean, what was the loss you had on the sack, the loss of yardage? How much did you have on that?
I had 12 of them.
Okay, thank you.
They're going to punt.
And they are.
That would be Inkovic.
Here's the punt.
Side of his foot there.
And it's going to hit.
Boy,
Stay
that's a
in
great
bounds.
roll for them. I thought it was going out
Nice
of bounds.
bounce. It's going to die at the 19-yard line. So that's 31 and 2, 33 yards. And it'll be first down Highlands with 9:51 to go. They trail it 24-0.
All right. So he's in the building with us right now. He's in the press box. He's on the coaching staff.
On the Highlands coaching staff?
On the Highlands coaching staff.
Jason Booker.
Jason Booker. That's it. Jason told me yesterday. We're walking up the steps. He goes,
That was the only touchdown they scored that night, wasn't
I
it?
believe so.
Because that was Sam Albert and the Freeport Yellow Jackets came in here.
Sam got the first win at Golden Ram Stadium.
First down Highlands at the 19. He won many more games here in a later life. Pass over the middle is incomplete. They tried to get it to Caleb White, but he was draped by Brady McKee.
Yeah, walking up the steps, he goes, who scored the first touchdown? Like he was asking the question. I said, I don't know. He goes, me.
Remember, they're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10. That's A&B Pizza, 2418 Freeport Road, Natrona Heights. You can call them at 724-224-5311. Tell them Mike and Mike sent you, and you will get free pineapple on your pizza. A free extra topping of your choice. 2nd and 10.
Tell Jason I stumped him. We've been around a long time.
19 years here. Huh? This is White. Cuts it back up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Matt Goodland was in there along with Mason Frank, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams at 9:33, 4th quarter.
13th attempt for Brock, 24 yards.
There just hasn't been any room for him.
Yeah. What's interesting, Mike, is one thing when you ask a trivia question when you weren't there. When we start asking trivia questions and we were there, we can't remember.
We were here. We were in the exact same spot we are now.
Yep. I have a picture at the house of me and you, remember?
3rd and 6.
Mr. First Nighter, remember?
Yes, and Timmons
Over
is
the
back.
top.
He fires it over the middle, and it's pulled in by Loveland. There's DJ with a 1st down catch up to the 42-yard line.
21 yards on that play. Chandler now 3 for 7, 50 yards passing.
1st catch for DJ. 1st down at the 42. Less than 90. Now what the Rams need to do is try to get off the Schneid in the 2nd half. They have not scored a 2nd half point. And they've only scored 2 offensive touchdowns all season.
It's been a tough. Here comes the blitz.
They give it to White.
And they run right into it.
And boy, he makes something out of nothing there
Yeah.
and gets a yard out of it.
Back to the line of scrimmage or something there.
Second down, a long 9. Next week we will be at Beaver to play the Bobcats. Highlands beat Beaver here last year at a big upset. Beaver came in 3-1. The Rams were 0-4, and Beaver helped up by turning it over 5 times.
That sure does help. Uh-oh.
And now they would mess up on the snap. That reminded me the Steeler game Sunday night when B.J. Finney came in to play center, and he was the only one that didn't know the snap count, and everybody moved, and he still had the ball. That was the only time I laughed the whole night.
It was not very funny, that's for sure. Mike, our first trip to Beaver Bobcat country.
Right, we were there in February for basketball, a game that Highlands won.
When I was in high school, Mike, at North Braddock Scott, we used to make those trips up there, New Brighton and Beaver. Here they all come.
Second trip
Boy.
to the Beaver Valley, and then Chandler goes down again.
That was Brock White.
Tyler Buterbaugh. And down,
Buterbaugh,
down
yeah.
goes Brock.
He almost took the hand off
He
from
did.
Brock, yeah. Saunders going to punt again.
4th and 17. Jeremiah got the last one off.
Hawley coming off the field late.
33-yarder, the last one, I think.
Uh-oh.
And we got whistles.
Smith skipped it into him before the snap though off procedure Highlands.
Now it's 4th and 22.
Tonight, Mike, in conference, we have Blackhawk at Ambridge, Beaver at Newcastle. Some interesting non-conference games. Aliquip at Montour. I like that one.
High snap. Saunders climbs the ladder, has some time, and boots a beauty. It's going to hit and take a Highlands bounce.
How about that?
And it's going to roll dead inside the 35. And finally at the 30-yard line. How about that, Jeremiah?
Yep. South Fayette is at Greensburg.
41-yard punt.
Last week in conference, South Fayette beat Newcastle 37-21. Knoch, you mentioned earlier, 42-7 over Beaver. Non-conference, Mike, you think we're having problems? Ambridge lost to Waynesburg 37-8. Montour beat Lower Highlands 42-6. By the way, Knoch moved into the number 5 spot in the 4A ratings.
First down at the 29. That's Wojciechowski, the motion man, loose football, and Grassi falls on it. He tried to give it to Goodland, but the Rams busted up the play, and Grassi was Johnny on the spot to get on that football. A 2-yard loss.
Thomas Jefferson, number 1, South Fayette 2, West Mifflin 3. Bell Vernon fell to 4, Mike, after they lost to Thomas Jefferson 35-7. So that tells you a little bit more about what they think of Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, big conference match up there. Those two teams have been battling it out in that conference for many, many years. But whatever the name of the conference has been at the time, and whatever the classification they've been in.
Yep.
Old AAA, as I like to call it.
Kind of follow each other around.
Right. 2nd and 12. Washington in motion, going to take the toss to the near side of the field. Turns it up, with a leaping move up over the 35 to the 37-yard line. And again, that's Jeremiah Saunders.
He has not quit, Mike. 16 tackles.
He's played a tremendous game and punted the ball well, too. That was 41 yards on that last one. 11-yard gain to the 38. 3rd down and a long one.
Good to see James Vance, the senior, out there, Mike. He's had injuries the last few years. Made a couple of plays for us here this evening.
Also like to remind you that we'll be seeing y'all at the Anchor Inn.
Saul Alch, he's going to be there.
Alch will be there after the game without Carroll. Goodland gets it, has the 1st down and more. 45, 50, 45, look at him go, 35, and finally Coleman drags him down at the 34-yard line. That's the biggest run of the night for Goodland.
He said arm tackles will not bring him down, Mike, and that time he stepped out of 2 of them. But all 5'1" of Isaiah Coleman brought him down.
28 yards. And that puts Goodland over 100. 1st down at the Highlands 34. Remember, stop into the Anchor, see Joe, Andy, and Dee. Get that great home cooked meal without having to do the cooking. Daily specials are always available, as well as the Blues Plate Special. And whatever you do, make sure to get some popcorn and take it home to the folks.
The best. I didn't know they had popcorn to go to.
They did. They had those little white bags up on top of the machine, and you can grab that. And if you're out a little bit too late, you take a bag of popcorn home to the wife as a peace offering.
I will do that.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Less than 4.5. Here's Grassi running the option.
Ooh.
Toss it to Washington near side of the field. Slips out of a tackle and gets down to the 27-yard line, and there is Saunders again.
17 tackles.
Kitchen's open to 11, so there's no better way to kick off your football weekend than with friends and family at the Anchor. If the kitchen's open to 11, you can head in after the Highlands game. You can get there and watch games on Saturday. And if you don't want to watch the TVs in the bar area, you can go to the restaurant area and have your dinner. The Anchor Inn on Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. Welcome aboard.
We made it last week, even after the game up
We
in Black
had a nice quick
50
trip
minutes.
home. We really did. We did all right.
Next week we'll be in Beaver. We get off in Cranberry. And I call it Burma Road.
Burma
Mike.
Road,
It's
right.
dark, it's windy,
And it's
scary.
and it's fur. Grassi keeps it. Gets to the 25. And this time we'll try Joaquin Roman in there to wrap up Cam Grassi.
And Saunders and Hildebrand.
52, 53, and 54. 3rd and 1.
What do they call those palindromes, Mike, this week? Everything is a palindrome. You know that.
Yeah, really.
9, 13, 19. Do it at home.
19's a prime number.
That is correct.
Am I right?
Yes. Tony loves it, by the way.
I'm not the number guy. You are. From the 25, 3rd and inches. We'll just take it straight ahead here. No, he doesn't. The give is to Johnston. He gets the 1st down. I thought he was going behind Big Mason Frank, his center, but they give it to 20, James Johnston. He has the 1st down. The 14th 1st down of the game for Knoch. It's 1st down at the Highlands 23.
Saunders, 19 tackle. Unbelievable. He played so well here tonight. Everybody always asks, what did you teach? I said, accounting and taxes. And they looked at me. I said, somebody had to.
Yeah, really.
That's all math.
Boy. We are going to be out of here early tonight, kids. It is not even 9 o'clock.
7 passes for Highlands, and I think 4 for Knoch. That keeps the clock running, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what the Knoch coaches think. They're gone.
There you go.
They have bailed.
They're on the bus.
Yes. 1st down at the 23. They are literally running out the clock. Grassy had trouble with a new back, and the Rams got him. Joaquim Roman and Blake Clark got in there. The new running back is 44, Gavin McGowan, a sophomore, and they struggled trying to get the exchange together. It's a loss of 1. Second and 11. 1:30 to go.
They're taking their time getting out of the huddle.
Thanks to all the folks up at Concast for helping us out, get the games on. Dave up there helps us. Appreciate his help.
Kristen too.
Washington's a new quarterback, Christian Rainey. That's right, quarterback is Washington. They give it to McGowan, 44. McGowan gets it down to the 20.
Makes his 8th tackle this evening.
It'll be 3rd and 7. $50 seconds to go. And they can run one more play and won't have to do it again. They could actually take a knee here if they wanted. Highlands has timeouts, but they haven't shown the proclivity to be taking them right now. And they got some guys hurt tonight. They got Max Weston hurt. They got Johnny Kreis hurt. We're going to have to check their availability for next week's game at Beaver. The Bobcats have struggled also. They won their first game but hadn't won since. And the Knights take a knee, and that's going to wrap it up here. Now the clock has stopped. Now they wind it, and that's going to do it. And the Knoch Knights come in here to Highlands and quickly dispatch of the Highlands Golden Rams. They scored on 3 consecutive possessions, and they beat Highlands here 24-0. Dean, final thoughts?
Well, Mike, again, Beaver's not doing well. We're going to be up there next year. Last year we went 2-8. Beaver's the first win of the year. Let's hope we do it next week.
Well, let's hope we do it again. Thanks to everybody here in the press box to help us out. And Drew Carpenter, athletic director, thanks to him too. Once again, that final score here tonight. The Knoch Knights 24, the Highlands Golden Rams nothing. On Friday the 13th, the Knights stay undefeated. For the Dean, Mike Choma, and for Julie McCorkle upstairs and Ken Wood, this is Mike Pavlik saying so long, everyone.